Okay, in this video we're going to look at converting from decimals to fractions. First of all, we're going to look at some fractions that you need to remember. Sorry, some decimals that you need to remember and their fractions that they're equivalent to. Then we'll have a quick look at a few examples when it's less of a nice number and you can then convert it into a fraction. So, first of all, decimal that you should all be confident with is 0.5. Okay, everyone should be happy that 0.5 written as a fraction is 1/2, is a half. Okay, 0.5 is another way of saying a half. A way of writing a half is 1/2. Next one is 0.25. 0.25 is another way of writing a quarter. So as a fraction, that is 1/4. Okay, next up we have 0.125. This is about as far as we'll go with this. If you'll notice, each time these we're getting half in size. So 0.125 is another one you have to remember. Whenever I see 25 in the hundredths and thousandths columns, I'm always thinking eighths. Okay, this here is 1/8. Okay, the next one that is worth remembering is 0.2 is equal to 1/5. Okay, it's equal to 1/5. And then the last one, we're going to have to introduce a little bit of notation here. I'm going to do it up here. 0.33333 going on forever. Can also be written like this, 0.3 with a dot above it, that's 0.3 recurring, is equal to 1/3. Okay, these are ones that you need to have memorized. You need to be able to instantly recall 0.5 as a half, 0.25 as a quarter, etc. Okay, so what about when we have less nice numbers? Okay, so let's have a quick look. Let's look at writing 0.17 as a fraction. Okay, so whenever I'm thinking of writing these as a fraction, I'm always thinking, what do these numbers represent here? So we've got 1 in the tenths column, and we've got 7 in the hundredths column. Okay, so that immediately tells me when I'm converting into fractions, the number of, so we went up to hundredths, so that means we're going to be looking in hundredths. Okay, now 7 hundredths, I've already said we have. I said we have 1/10. Now 1/10 in terms of hundreds would be 10 hundredths. Okay, so we can think of this as 17/10. Now, the way I think about it is in terms of how you would say this. So you'd say 1/10 and 7 hundredths. Okay, you can see here that so long as we know it's up to hundredths, we can just write the numbers after the decimal as the numerator, the top number. Okay, so let's have another go. We're going to do 0.18 this time. 0.18. So you can see we've got 1 in the tenths column, 8 in the hundredths column. So this is going to be 18/100. Okay, now, if you can, then I would suggest simplifying them fractions. So we need to be happy with equivalent fractions. Hopefully you can see that both of these are even. So we can half our 18 to get 9, and we can half our 100 to get 50. Okay, so that means we could write 0.18 as 9/50. One last example, let's have a quick look at this one. We have 0.734. Let's do that. Okay, so now we have 7 in the tenths column, 3 in the hundredths column, and 4 in the thousandths column. Okay, so this can be written as 734 over, we went all the way up to thousands this time. Okay, so that's as far as writing as a fraction. Now, can we simplify? Well, we can see that both of these numbers are equal, so we can half the top to give us 367, and then we can half the bottom to get 500. Okay, now we can have a quick look through our divisibility laws. They are both not even, so that means we cannot divide by 2. If we look at our divisibility rules when we divide by 3, if you remember, the digits have to add up to something in the 3 times table. Now 3 plus 6 plus 7 is 3 plus 6 is 9, plus 7 is 16. 16 is not in the 3 times table, so it's not divisible by 3. If it's not divisible by 2, then it can't be divisible by 4. It's not divisible by 5 because we do not have a 5 or a 0 at the top in the units column. 6, it has to be divisible by 2 or 3 again, it's not divisible by them. 7, we'd have to check, so 7's into 500. 7's don't go into 50 or 5, so we times them by 10, so it will not go into there. We can't do 8, won't go into 9, so 3, it doesn't go into 10. This here is as simple as it will go. Okay, so 0.734 is 367 over 500.